Hello, ladies and gentlemen. So, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Excel Island Livestream. Today is 19th of 100 days of Power BI. So, the goal and objective of this live stream is to learn and master the data analytics tool Microsoft Power BI over the next 100 days. And we've been doing that for the past 18 days. Today is day 19. As usual, we continue from where we stopped on day 18. Also, all data set, exercise files, Power BI files, data sets for each day, for each courses, for each topic treated in the live stream is already linked under the YouTube description. Do make sure to download those data sets and practice along with me. So without further ado, let's get back to learning. Welcome to day 19. We have a lot to cover. So basically, we're actually using the DataCamp platform. I'm actually subscribed to a 1-year subscription on the platform. We are on the career track section on DataCamp platform. And when I started this whole live streaming idea, I started with the data analysis in SQL, and we're able to cover that over a 100-day period. So we are now moving to the data analysis in Power BI, and we've already started. Uh, uh, Without any doubts, after the data analysis in Power BI, we are moving to data analysis in Python. I'm starting that also. So you don't want to miss when I start the data analysis in Python. So all you have to do is to subscribe right now and hit that notification bell so you'll be the first one when I go live or drop a new content. So I just click on data analysis in Power BI to continue from where I stopped. Funny enough, on day 18, I was actually stuck on a particular section, so we're going to continue from there. And to be sincere, it was just a single silly mistake that I was making, and I was actually right. I was making a simple error. I later troubleshoot the error after ending the live stream for that day. We didn't actually do much on day 18, just a couple of lessons without any practice on that day. But I guess I had to figure out that scenario of live stream because I was actually overwhelmed knowing something and actually making a mistake of it. So we've covered introduction to Power BI. We've covered these 4 courses out of the 17 courses in this career track, which is estimated 48 hours of learning. You can see it's just purely Power BI. So we continue from this data preparation in Power BI. That was the next course we started on day 18. And we actually started this part, the first part, which is introduction, profiling your data, and introduction to Power Query. I think we've completed this part. So we are on this part, which is data preview features in Power Query. So definitely I'll just continue from where we stopped on day 18. We were actually stuck somewhere on day 18. Also, I'll just launch my Power BI files right here. So we just complete that day 18 section, you can see. So let's complete this part of this course on day 19. So let's complete this part. So we're actually reading the instruction. So to catch up from where I stopped, why we stopped here on day 18, or else you just watch the day 18 live stream. It's not really that long. It's a really quick video to catch up on. So there's a contest, then we follow the instruction, then we answer the question. It's very straightforward. So the contest is we can use the column distribution, or we actually took a lesson on column distribution, column profiling, and column quality on day 18. So you definitely need to catch up on day 18 to understand all about column profiling, column distribution, and column quality. So we can use the column distribution feature to check our columns for the number of unique values as well as the number of distinct categories. This can give us a great indication for which column contain any duplicates values and which columns may have the wrong number of categories. So it says more information about working with duplicates can be found in the MSFT, that is Microsoft Learn article on the Microsoft website. So now to the context. So our manager has asked us to check on the color column in our data set. There seems to be an error there because someone mistyped some data. He is sure that we only stock 10 different colors of our products, including the products which have no color. use the feature in Power Query to help you verify and fix the dataset. So if you lost any progress, start by loading the workbook. So all this workbook, dataset, exercise files is linked under the description, so you can practice along with me and download it. So I'll just launch this workbook first. Let me launch this workbook, which is colon distribution, Power BI files. So I just launch that is 2.1. So we can actually use the this Power BI interface that is integrated on DataCamp platform, but I prefer using my local Power BI machine just so I can have the feel of working in a Power BI environment. So while that is coming up, let's continue. So load this Power BI file column distribution to 2.1 workbook from the exercise folder on the desktop. Then open the Power Query editor and enable the column distribution data preview feature. So if you are working on the previous workbook, make sure to remove the filter from accessories in case it is still applied. So from the previous exercise, we did some filtering on the data set. So while this has loaded up, so this is the data set we actually loaded from the previous lesson to answer the questions in the first chapter. So that is this first chapter here. This profiling your data, profiling your data, and the introduction to Power Query. So they're actually referring to that. So the instruction says we should load the Power Query editor. So I could actually load the Power Query editor right from here. I click on Edit Query based on selecting a table out of all the tables we have in that Power BI file. Or I could just come here also and click on Transform Your Data. So it's going to launch the Power Query editor. So from the previous live stream, the challenge I had was that if you download this file like this from the link under the description, you have access to the dataset, because if I go to the source right here, the dataset is actually based on the DataCamp, where the author of this Power BI file based on his own local machine, or where the data set were actually stored in the local machine. So if you download this Power BI file that I've linked under the description for this course, which is the data preparation in Power BI zip file, you have access to the actual data set and all these Power BI files. So what we are going to do is we are going to go to data source setting right here and actually connect back to this product data. You get it now. So I just go to change source right here, and I will just click on text. Probably just leave it on text. All I have to do, I just bring in my, so let me just bring this right here. So this is where I actually downloaded the file. So you have access to download this Power BI zip file. So if you download this Power BI zip file and extract it, you have the data sets, which are all these, and also the Power BI exercise files, which are all these for you to practice. So what I will just do is I will just come back here to data sets, and actually the data set we want right now is the product data. So what I will just do right now is to copy the link, copy it as a path. You can see, copy it as a path. If you don't have this feature in your system, you may have to just go to find a way to sort it out right there. Copy it as a path. So I take this away right here and just clear this part that is here and paste my own part. Now, based on my previous live stream on day 18, the issue I was having, it was showing invalid link, and that is because of the double quotes that is part of the copy file. All I have to do is just edit that double quote out and just point to, you can see that it has removed those errors. So I can click on OK, but the downside is that this is actually a workbook. So I have to change it to open this as a Excel workbook. It wasn't saved. The data set, the actual data set came as a workbook, not as a CSV file. So I just make sure I select the right file type here also. Then click on OK. Then close. Then it should perform some magic right there. I'm waiting for it to load. Oh, I have to do that one more time. Oh, you can see this preview may be up to refresh. I'll just refresh it. Then it has loaded. If I try to go there, I think I have to make sure
I expand this table. Okay, click on OK. Insert it as a step. Oh, you can see the data set is not actually loaded back as it's supposed to have loaded. So the steps that we did here, you can see remove tuples. If I go to the expand data part here, you can see these tuples that are actually done from the previous Power BI, from the actual Power BI file. So the step is actually maintained. Well, let me just switch off my camera real quick there. So the step is actually maintained. So if I go through the steps, you can see change the data type. You can see some of them is just saying data type by default. So it's going to change the data type to the original data type based on the results here. It's going to remove the column, remove top rows. You can see these top rows will be removed. Remove top rows. So it's going to promote all this as the column headers, promote column headers. It's going to change the data type one more time. Rename some columns. So we did all this previously. Rename some column, reorder columns, sorted rows, change data type one more time. You can see and sorted rows. And definitely because we are connected to these data sets right back again. So all I have to do is just delete this one here. It's just showing the sheet that all this record came about or came from. So all I have to do is just delete it and it's going to record it as part of the apply steps right here. If I right click on it and just remove the columns, it's going to record it right here. I'll come back here and remove this, all this. I'll just use shift, select those three columns and actually remove them also. Remove columns. So I think we are back to our clean data right here, right now. So if I go back to reading the instruction, so the instruction says the column distribution feature shows that there is something strange about the color column. So we have to go back here and say, load this file from the exercise folder on the desktop, then open the Power Query editor and enable the column distribution data preview feature. So if I go back to the actual data set here, to Power Query editor, if I go to column, let's see the view part, you can see the column distribution feature here. If I click on that, so it's going to give me information about each column in this data set. So it's saying we have a 295 distinct value and 295 unique value. You can see that means each product key is unique. They are distinct and they are unique. It also says this is 295 distinct, 295 unique, which is a product SKU. So each product key has a particular product SKU. The product name can see almost the same thing. You can see that you can also have now I think we're on the call. You can see for this now we have 12 distinct value and one unique record. When one unique records, okay. So one unique should be this N is the only unique record there because we have gray. Can see we have gray here. If I scroll down a little bit, we should see gray record. Even if I use the filter button, let me just select this and select the gray. We only have one gray, so the gray is actually the unique record there. That's true because gray actually occurs once and it's distinct. But if I just cancel the apply steps right here, I should be back to my actual data preview. So the gray is actually only the unique record here, but there are 12 distinct values there. That means we can have this NA part of it. Even merely looking at this right here, if we count this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So you can see there are 12. That means 12 what? 12 distinct value. But only one is what? Only one is unique, which is this gray here. That's what it means. If you notice that we have black, blue, gray, multi is spelled occur twice because we have multi in capital letter and multi is going to see those as different distinct value. In when we actually know that it is a typo error, we have NA, red, silver, and black as one unique. And so we have yellow and we have yellow. So that is kind of the mistake we have in our data set and to be aware of. So I think to clean that, let's follow the instruction.
So make sure if you are working on the previous workbook, okay, the column distribution feature shows that there is something strange about the color column. Let's fix that. Remove duplicates from the column. So we're going to remove the duplicates. Let's see. I could actually use. Uh, so there's a feature here. If I click on this remove duplicate, it's going to remove the duplicates for me. So let's click on that. We can actually undo that in our apply step here. So let's do that. Remove duplicates. Oh, can see we have removed the duplicates because we actually have very few record left. But let's you can see we now have gray, blue, red, NA, yellow, multi, black, white, which is very tricky. But I'll just undo that real quick. Okay, let's see. Let's continue from here. Okay, time to clean up our data. Replace the value multi with multi. Replace the value of yellow with yellow. Okay, so I don't want to use that remove duplicate feature straight because I'm going to lose a whole lot of data. So what we need to do is to replace multi with the actual spelling of multi. Now replace the value of yellow with the actual spelling of yellow. So let's do that really quick. Let's see if I go to transform tab. I don't want the new column. I have to go to replace value right here. Replace value. So I'm going to replace the multi with the actual spelling of multi. So let's do that. We have done. I can see now we now have 11 distinct records. So the last part is to replace yellow, replace value, replace the yellow. I think it's actually spelled yellow. Let me take a look at it real quick. You can see yellow here. It is yellow. Yellow with the actual word correct spelling yellow. So now 10, you can see that is actually making sense. That's the black, blue, gray, multi, and the red, silver, black. You can see multi, white, yellow. There should be 10. If you count it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's absolutely making sense now. So if you go back to the instruction, delete the remove column duplicate step you applied earlier. Oh, I should actually apply the remove duplicate feature earlier, but let's see. Let me do it again. If I cancel these steps, so let me now remove duplicates using this feature here. Remove duplicates. Then I'm going to replace this multi with multi, and so let's do that one more time. So now replace values, multi with multi. Can you see it now? So it's made it yellow. Yellow with yellow. And so everything is now making sense. 10 distinct. So if I go back here and remove these steps, sure you want to delete this step. Deleting this step may affect subsequent step, which could cause your query to break. Let's delete the steps. So you see about 10. So you can actually do it any way you like. I prefer doing it, replacing the values first, then remove duplicates. It will still work fine for me. So let's go on. So filter the color column, selecting only multi. So let's filter the color column and select only multi. You can see we have our multi right there. So how many rows have the color multi? That should be just 8 rows. Looking at our data set. That should be it. Cool. We nailed that really quick there. So moving on So now we're moving to column quality. So we've actually learned how to use the column distribution feature of the Power Query editor. So you can see what it is giving us. If I just unfilter the record, and we are pretty sure our data set is well clean now and is ready to go for analysis. So you can see that.
Because everything looks good, especially with our text data type. I think more focus should be on this text data type where there is any discrepancy or something of sort. So I could just close and apply. If I go back home,
So if creating a connection, our data set looks better now. I'll just save my Power BI file right there. You can see we are good to go with this data set right here. So moving on to the next part of the instruction. So column quality and missing values. Here we use the column quality feature to check if our columns have any missing values. Our manager has informed us that some products have missing data. We can't maintain a proper database with missing value. Use the feature of Power Query to diagnose which columns have missing values and then fix them. If you lost progress, load the workbook. So we'll just maintain same workbook, because if I didn't continue learning as that now, I could come back tomorrow and load another Power BI file, which is this Power BI file column quality 2.2. You get it now. So I'll just continue with my initial Power BI file and just go back to the Power Query editor part. So I could just switch off the column distribution part and we are good to go. So you can see all our apply steps that we applied to the Power Query editor is saved right here. You can see it's actually saved right here. So let's continue with the instruction. It said delete the filtered row step and enable the column quality data preview feature. So I've actually deleted the filtered row step. Now let's go back to the view tab and look at the column quality. So these are column quality. So I think the context is saying here we use the column quality feature to check if our columns have any missing value. So we want to know if our column has any missing value. So merely looking at the column quality, you can see the column quality shows those records that are valued, the error in your column, and the empty values in your column. If you scroll to the right, you can see we have empty here 2%. Those are missing value right here in the subcategory column. I think that's only the section of the column we have missing values that are empty. The rest are 100% complete. But let's follow the instruction to be sure. It says delete the filter rows steps and enable the column quality preview data preview feature. We've done that. Check which column has missing values, then filter that column to only show data with blank values. Okay, so the only column that is having missing values right here is our subcategory column. Yeah, so they want to filter to only show missing value. You can see we have nulls here. You can see those 5 nulls. Replace the blank values with null. Delete the filter or blank values you applied with the previous. Okay, place the blank value. Let's see. I was also select blank, not null. So nulls is not blank. So if I'm getting that correctly, missing values will be empty. Wow, this one is showing empty 100%. Filtered rows. Oh, I actually filter. I didn't remove the step. So we after those that has the missing value, empty 2%. Let me see if I can filter down the empty. But the instruction says filter, replace the blanks with null. So check which column has missing values, then filter that column to only show data with blank values. So how do you filter a column to show data with blank values? There are no blanks here. I think the place we had blanks earlier was our color. Where we had black, not blanks. Oh, this is quite interesting to see. So is blank different from empty? So let me just go ahead with this first. Okay, let's go ahead with that. Replace the blank value with null. Delete the filter for blank values you applied in the previous step. So sort the table in ascending order using the product key. So let's assume that this has been done for us. Because they are not blank, they are just empty, showing empty. What is subcategory? Empty, which is keep duplicate, keep errors, remove errors. Okay, let's say remove empty first. If you remove empty, this is now back to 100%. But let's undo that. We're back to 2%. Let's assume it is not empty. And let's sort this. It says sort the table in ascending order using the product key column. Let's sort in ascending order. Okay. Use the column product key. Then next, use the fill transformation to fill down the missing values. This operation takes a column and transverse through the value if values in it to fill any null values in the next rows until it finds a new value. So use the fill transformation to fill down the missing values. This operation takes a column and traverses through the row to the values in it to fill any null values in the next row until it finds a new value. So use the fill transformation. Where is the fill transformation right here? That should be in the transform filter. This is the fill transformation. If I click on fill down, let's see. My subcategory is still showing 2%. When I use the fill down, let's undo that. Let me just select this column first. Fill down. Aha. The subcategory is now showing 100%. So it says use the fill transformation to fill down the missing values. Definitely that should be on the subcategory column. And it says this operation takes a column and traverses through the values in it to fill any null values in the next rows until it finds a new one. The problem, we don't know what it fills the null values with. That's quite interesting. So how many distinct subcategories are sold by Adventure Work Circle? Distinct subcategory, distinct subcategory. We can't know that. We could actually use this to know that. Let's see. Count distinct value. We could use count distinct value feature to know that. That should be 37. We have it here, right here, 37. Yeah, we got that. So you actually you can count, you can do some table transformation or column transformation based on all these, where is it, transform tab, all this number column feature here in Power Query to answer some key questions about your column, about your data set, even before analysis. So we got that. So across Adventure Works, they have 37 distinct subcategories. So if I count value, it's going to count all the record, which is 295, all the rows, but we don't actually want that. We want to count the subcategory, and we got that correctly. So let's continue from where we stopped. But we have two more challenges to solve right here before we conclude on this chapter 2 of data preparation in Power BI. So now we need to use the column profile feature to dig deeper into one of the columns in our data sets. Okay, now we actually make use of the column distribution and the column quality feature. Now to make this column profile feature, I'll just turn the column quality off. So now we need to use the column profile feature to dig deeper into one of the columns in our data set. Our manager believes that something is wrong with the standard cost column in our product catalog. Investigate this column with the feature of Power Query and fix any error you find. Okay. Enable the column profile data preview feature. So if I go, I just enable the column profile data, this column profile right here. So the column profile shows all the column statistics and value distribution. If I go to, if you select any particular column, standard cost, let's see, it's quite different for text data type and numerical data type or number data type. But let's see, components as the highest distribution here, bikes, the clothing, and accessories. There are 4 distinct records here. So this column profile is best fitted for numerical data type because we're getting the minimum value, the maximum value, the average, the standard deviation, unique record, distinct value, empty error, and so on and so forth. So let's continue. So select the standard cost column. What do you notice about the minimum and maximum statistics? So when you look at the minimum and the maximum statistics, the minimum is negative while the maximum is positive. That's not quite right, I guess. So let's continue. Use the replace value transformation to change the negative values to a positive value. Okay, replace value to change the negative value. Let's look at the list price also. You can see the minimum and maximum are both positive, while for the standard cost, the minimum record there is negative. So I go to the home tab, transform tab rather, replace values. I need to tell it what I'm replacing. If I place negative, can you just type negative? Okay, I could do that with positive or with nothing. It's saying error, invalid, enter a numbered value. Okay, let's say 2. What is the record there? 2171.2. 2171.2. Let's replace that with 2171.2, which is positive. So use the replace value transformation to change the negative values to a positive number. So the standard cost column in ascending order. But I'm not sure if I'm replacing the whole positive number or the only negative minimum value in the number or other negative values. So let's give it a shot and see. Replace value has been added to our apply steps. So if I click on view one more time and column profile again, you can see it's still there. So I'm not getting it correctly. You can see, it is 2171.2942. 2171.2942. 2171.2942. 2171.2942. 2171.2942. So I have to replace this with a positive number. Let's see if it's going to work this time around. If I go back to the view tab, aha, so it works fine, I guess, because we don't have any negative value there.
So it now says sort the standard cost column in descending order. So let's sort it in descending order. I don't even need to switch off this. Sort descending. You can see that 2171.29 photo has been replaced actually. So if I click on the column profile again, so probably that was just an error from this person typing those standard costs. So filter the model column, selecting only women's mountain shot. If I go to the model column, so this is it here, women's mountain shot right there. That should be W. I could just search for it. This is it here, women mountain shots. So the decimal point is missing from one of the values. Replace the outlier with the correct value, 26.1763. Then delete the filtered rows action from the previous steps. So let's see. The decimal is actually complete, not missing. 26.1763. 26. Oh, look at it right here. Took 6.17. You can see. So if you don't pay attention, you'll be having this error. Well, that's quite funny. Then you have to dig deep into your data set and try to find all these discrepancies. Definitely, what if you don't know what you're looking for? That's quite interesting. So let's replace this value. Replace value. We'll just replace 261763. 261763. 261763. I'll just copy that real quick. I'll replace it with 2.26 points. Okay, that should replace this. Oh, it didn't do that though. That didn't go well. Let's see. 261763. 261763. Then replace with 26.1763. Why is it not replacing? We're supposed to replace this value with this value here. So why is it not replacing? Oh, I'm selecting the wrong. Oh, I've seen my error. I'm selecting the wrong column. So I'm supposed to select this actual column for that to work. My mistake. Now this should work fine. You can see. So you can see that I actually take a peep at the M code. Table dot replace value, filter the rows, and to replace this with this, replace replacer dot replacer value, the standard cost column. So all I have to do is just remove this filtered row step, and it should be back to our initial data sets. So what is the maximum? What is the max of the standard cost column? I see that should be 2 1. This one right here. If I'm not mistaken, I could just go back to column profile. The maximum is, you can see, 2171.2942. That's absolutely correct. We nailed it. Easy peasy. So let's finish the last task in this chapter, and that will be the end of the live stream for today. So let's put together the skills we've acquired in this chapter to clean up a data set of products from the Adventure Work database. Although this data set has some anomalies in it, we can find some duplicated records as well as missing values in this data, which we will identify and fix. We will convert the dollar amount column as currency so that it is easier to interpret once we start analyzing them in the report. Finally, we will use the column profile feature to answer a question about our data. So cleaning products, okay, workbook, I don't have to do that.
From the exercise folder on your desktop, then open the Power Query editor. Now the number of observation in this table, in the button. Now note the number of observations in this table in the bottom left of the Power Query editor window. Use the column distribution feature to see how many unique records exist in the product key. So if you need to know, you can see the number of record here, which is 295 rows. We have 9 columns, 295, which is column profiling based on the top 1000 rows. If I switch off this, I use the column distribution on the product key. They are unique, no duplicates, no. Remove any duplicate in the product key column, so we don't have any duplicate record there. It's also say use the column quality data preview feature to check which column have missing values. I don't think we have any missing values again. We don't have any missing values. Everything is 100%, 100%, 100%, 100%, 100%. No missing values. Replace the blank values in the colors and subcategory column with null. We do not have any blank record there. We've done all that earlier. Use the fill down function on the color and subcategory column to replace any missing value. This is only useful after sorting your data by product key in ascending order, so make sure to do that first. It's a new thing today. You can use the fill down function to replace missing value. But the question is, what does it replace those missing values with? I'm going to find out about that by researching about that. So convert the standard cost and list price columns to data type appropriate for currency. I think that is done already. Oh, you can see the standard cost is still in decimal. I'll just convert this to fixed decimal number as currency. This is as currency actually. All that is set. So use the column profile feature. What is the list price of the most expensive product in the data set? Enter two decimal places. The list price of the most expensive products in data, the list price. So let's select the list price column, the list price of the most expensive product. I'm going to answer that. Let's look at column profile as suggested. Okay, that should be the list price of the most expensive product. Now we're going to be using the maximum record here, which is 3578.27, the list price of the most expensive product. I say I want to store the list price in descending order, except, so I'm guessing, use the column profile feature. What is the list price of the most expensive products? List price of the most expensive products. 3578.27. Let's go for that. 3578.27. Aha, we got that. Whether the column profile feature allows you to see the summary statistics of the selected column and is useful for doing some analysis throughout the data modeling process. So the list price of the most expensive product is already the maximum price out there. So if I sort this descending, you can see that it's still the same thing. This is the most expensive product right here. I could just unsort that and we are back. Oh, we finished this chapter on chapter 2. Next chapter 2. Yeah. So we finished chapter 2, data preview features in Power Query. The goal now is to practice. So data manipulation is the next part. That should be for day 20 of the live stream. So let me just close and apply. But definitely I'll be doing all this again. So it is applying. I'll just save the Power BI file right there. So transforming your text in Power Query. So this is working with text. I think so far we actually worked with numbers in this data preview feature in Power Query. So okay, we have text here. For text, you can see we have some for numerical transformation in Power Query here. This for numbers. But that will be on day 20 of the live stream. All right, so if you found value in this live stream, so that'll be the end of the live stream for today. So that'll be the end of the live stream for today. So if you found value in this live stream, do well to support the channel by giving this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button so you'll be the first to know when I go live or drop a new content on the channel. And I'll see you on day 20, which is tomorrow. Bye bye. Do have a wonderful day and keep learning and upskilling yourself in data analytics.